Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into company filings so you don't have to. Today we're decoding Mueller Industries' latest 10K report. Are they building a solid foundation or are there cracks in the pipes? We're about to find out. Get ready for some surprising turns in the world of copper, brass, and maybe a little less plumbing humor than you expected. Mueller Industries, a major manufacturer of metal products, just released its annual report. The big picture, they're making a lot of stuff and selling it all over the world. They operate in the US, Canada, Mexico, the UK, and even South Korea and China. But what exactly do they do? They make a wide range of products from basic things like copper tubes and fittings used in your plumbing, to more complex stuff like aluminum parts for cars and specialized valves for refrigeration. Think of the metal components in your house and the machines that keep you cool. Chances are Mueller Industries had something to do with it. They organized their business into three main segments. First, there's piping systems. This segment focuses on, well, pipes, copper tubes, fittings, and everything needed to move water and other fluids around buildings. Next is industrial metals, responsible for making a variety of metal parts. They make the brass rods used in machines, aluminum parts in vehicles, and even those high-quality wires that carry electricity. Finally, there is the climate segment. Think of climate as everything HVAC. Valves, fittings, and even flexible air ducts. Now that we know what they do, let's talk about how they are doing financially. The company's financial statements tell an interesting story. For the year, Mueller reported net sales of $3.76 billion compared to about $3.42 billion the previous year, which is an increase of 10%. At the same time, operating income increased slightly. So more sales and slightly more profit overall. But here's the thing, while sales went up, gross margin, the profit they make on each sale after deducting the cost of goods, actually decreased a bit. What is going on there? Gross margin came in at 27.7% in 2024 compared to 28.9% last year, so even though prices went up, it looks like so did their costs. Turns out that raw materials like copper, zinc, and aluminum have been pretty wild lately, leading to changing costs. While they try to pass the cost through to customers, it's not always that simple. If they can't manage these costs or keep up with the competition, things could get tough. Speaking of things that could be better, let's dive into what keeps Mueller's management up at night. The report lays out all the things that could go wrong in the risk factors. First up, the economy. Their business is super sensitive to economic conditions, especially in housing and commercial construction. If interest rates go up or there's a credit crunch, fewer people buy houses and fewer businesses expand, and that hurts Mueller. They also point out they're exposed to foreign currency fluctuations on cross-border transactions. They operate in a lot of different countries, so the exchange rate could impact their competitiveness. They also mention competition. They face tough competition across all their product lines, including imports and substitute products and technologies. If new materials or tech come along that replace copper or brass, that could impact their business. In addition to financial matters, one particular threat stands out in today's age: cybersecurity. Like most companies these days, they depend on their IT systems. A cyber attack could expose sensitive data, disrupt operations, and cost them big bucks. They are also dealing with regulations for the environment, health, and safety. They admit that future compliance with these regulations could increase costs and hurt their bottom line. It sounds like it's not easy to be in the metal business these days, but despite all of these risks, Mueller is taking steps to grow. They're on the lookout for acquisitions that can boost their value to customers and improve their profitability. This year, the company has been busy on the acquisition front. They bought Naring Electrical Works Company, which makes wire and cable products, and Elkhart Products Corporation, a major fitting manufacturer. They're betting these moves will help them expand their reach in the infrastructure and piping markets. And like any good corporate citizen, Mueller emphasizes ethical conduct. They expect everyone from the board down to act ethically and follow their code of conduct. Now, you might be wondering, who are the people in charge? One name popped up: Stefan Siglock, their chief manufacturing officer, entered into a trading plan for company stock. This arrangement allows company insiders to buy and sell company stock in a pre-planned manner. This is not necessarily cause for alarm. After all, it's just one executive selling some stock, but it is good to keep an eye on these changes. Now that we have decoded this report, it is time to look at the big picture and see how the company stacks up. On the bright side, Mueller Industries is clearly trying to grow in smart ways through acquisitions. They're expanding into related markets, which could provide them with a more secure financial future. Plus, they are profitable. They made over $600 million last year. But there are some things to keep an eye on. The metal business is tough. Raw material costs are volatile, and they're always dealing with the risk of new technologies making their products obsolete. Plus, there is that reliance on the housing market to keep growing, which is not a sure bet. So, what's the final verdict? Mueller Industries is a well-established company in a cyclical industry. Their recent acquisitions show they are serious about growing and diversifying. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, and comment.